These have not been trimmed to be rounded. This is what they do.
This is how they're going to grow on their own.
Yes, dear. Sun or shade. Big, big blossoms, and if you had bad luck with regular impatiens, it's because of the downy mildew disease that has swept the industry. These are immune to that. Have big things in your garden. If you lost some shrubbery this winter, one of these plants will take the place of a shrub for the course of the season.
Nice.
These even bloom through the first frost, and I want to show you what one flower looks like, because you see the big plants here. One bloom, these are enormous. That's one flower, and feel it. It feels like velvet.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Isn't that nice? And I tell you what, I love the SunPatiens. They're not quitters. We hate a quitter. Yes, we do.
All right, so let's take you through the colors you're going to get, because I think that you picked a really beautiful, almost like tapestry of color for the yard.
It's a beautiful soft look. These would work beautifully with everything else we have in the show, including our Magic Carpet Sedum.
So
but if you want something with deep, dark, lustrous foliage, these are the varieties you're going to have. I always have a white one in the collection simply because it draws your eye to everything else. The white one, by the way, is called Bright Lights. I love that one. We also have the deep pink one is called Tickled Pink. And the even deeper pink is called Merlot Magic. And then we have the orange one, Spreading Corona. You get 2 each of those. So this is an 8-piece big collection that will fill 70 square feet. Each plant 36 inches tall, 36 inches wide, no deadheading, the bloom's up to 3 inches across, and va-va-voom, it is all on.
So if you think about it, you are getting 8 of these for under $40. Shipping and handling is included. Now we're talking about less than $5 a plant, and they're big. They're really, really big. You're right. When they grow, they will take the place of a shrub for the season.
And there's that Merlot Magic right there. You can see how gorgeous that is in a container or in the ground. Mix it up. If you've just got a deck area, you can put it on a deck in the sun or the shade. There's the Bright Lights, which will absolutely brighten up any garden. You have to have the white flowers, which I call my non-electrical approach to garden lighting.
Beautiful.
Although, I have to say, those solar lights that y'all just had on, I'm all about those. You know what I do with mine?
What?
I stick them in the pots of SunPatiens.
Oh, that's a cool
line
idea.
the pathway,
Nice.
and then it lights the path at night and shows off the flowers. There's that Spreading Corona, which is the beautiful orange one, and that's my favorite one. I mix that one with the deep colored ones. It's rich, it's lustrous, and look how beautiful and dark the foliage is.
God, you know, I'm standing here. You can see right there, there's more of that Spreading Corona.
Yeah.
I'm standing here looking at the plants in front of me. This is just some of the flowers we're gonna see. They are budding all over the place.
They're non-stop bloom factories. That's what these do. And there's that beautiful Bright Lights. And again, people were picking them up. They were on my Facebook page before the season even opened saying, are these coming back? Are these coming back? Please let these come back because I want them again. Anyway, here they are. And we have just certain quantities of everything that we have because my greenhouse is just so big.
Philip, I'm looking at this. I don't know. Let's see, maybe you can see this at home. Look, bud, 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 bud. Back here, more buds. You think this looks full now? Everywhere, well, there's 5 buds right there. There's one ready to bloom. There's another 6. I mean, everywhere you look, these babies are just getting started.
They're absolutely laden with flowers, and look how rich these colors are. Look at this. This is one plant.
And you're getting 8 of them.
This is what it does. If you want something that really, really does it, think how many plants you would have to buy at the box store that everybody else has to give you this kind of volume.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about. You've got all those scrappy bits, and what you're looking at mostly is mulch. I'd rather see flowers.
Okay, so under $40, you get all 8. These sold out last April. And so what happened is anyone who'd wanted them, who didn't move before April, didn't get them. So if you've been waiting for them, word to the wise, now's the time to pick them up. This is the first quantities of the season. It pays to get them now. We will not ship them to you until it's time to plant them. You do not have to worry about that. But if you want to make sure you have these this year, now's the time to place your order.
Yeah, reserve your plants now. And this is what look at this. There was no shrubbery. This is a new house. There's no shrubbery. All SunPatiens there. And you can see what it does during the season. If you've got a brand new house, you don't want to put in all the shrubs the first season and say, you're maybe on a budget.
Or if your shrubs are just too small or they feel a little skimpy right now, fill them out.
What'll happen is that when you finally do replace the shrubs and have fewer SunPatiens, people will say, what happened to your garden? It used to be so beautiful. But that's the trick, and I'll show you how they're going to ship out.
Okay, great, yeah.
Because this is the way they come, and they're of course all labeled. You'll know exactly which one is which. This is the Merlot Magic
Now,
right here.
how long until this plant turns into that giant
Why don't you,
plant? Okay.
would you like to hold that?
I sure would.
All right. In 6 to 7 weeks, that plant becomes this.
Now, see, I'd be impressed if it just stopped here.
And then the 1st of August, that's what you have on these other colors.
And then these will last until our first frost.
Well, they'll go through first frost. You know, a lot of things fall down at first frost, not these. They carry on until you get a freeze, and then they go down.
Oh.
But they're big, and what I like about them is that they're rounded. As you can see, we're looking at this shot now, you can't even see the pots. That's what I love about this, is it's a whole lot of color.
Well, you know what? Eleanor in Missouri is on the phone.
Oh, good.
And I think she might have tried these in the past. Hi, Eleanor. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Great. Now, have
Hey.
you purchased the SunPatiens in the past?
Yes, I have for years.
Oh,
And
okay.
I just absolutely love them.
Now, I have to ask you, Eleanor, because I think people who watch a program like this and never shopped with Cottage Farms before, they might wonder what the plants are really going to be like when they get them home. I would love your review.
Well, like you said, they're the small plants, but they turn into these magnificent plants all year. And I live right on the main street, and people stop me at church, people stop me every place and say, "What do you do to your plants?" And I said, "They're Cottage Farms SunPatiens," and I wouldn't do without them.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, that's wonderful. Are you picking up another set today?
3 sets.
Oh my!
awesome.
Wow, your house is going to be gorgeous outside.
And I'm sure it will be, thanks to them, and I really appreciate it all.
Well, do you find them pretty easy to grow? Then it sounds like it.
They're very easy to grow.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
very
Eleanor,
easy.
I really appreciate this phone call because when you see plants this big and this beautiful at home, a lot of people do wonder, is that really what I'm getting? And you just approved it. You just said for sure it is. So thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
I appreciate you all very much.
Oh, we
Good.
appreciate
Thank you so much,
Carolyn.
Eleanor.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So she was saying she lives on a main street. I can't even imagine how gorgeous her house must look.
Well, it's one of those things, it's a real eye catcher too,
Uh-huh.
because you plant your little plants and then all of a sudden they get really big and everybody else is growing all that other stuff that they fill the back of the station wagon up with, and it doesn't equal one order of this.
Okay, I do need to let you know over 2,000 sets have now been ordered. You just heard from Eleanor in Missouri picking up more sets today. They've worked for her. She gets compliments every time she leaves the house. It sounds like people wanting to know what she does, how she grows these flowers. And the answer is, here's the secret right here. M43508. You get all 8 of them.
Right.
This ends up in the end being less than $5 a plant.
And you know regular impatiens, what you do, they're a veneer of foliage, just a veneer. Look at this. If I open this up, I'm going to show you this. I'm opening this up. Look at all that foliage down in there. These are absolutely dense with foliage. They don't fall apart. Even if you got a heavy, heavy rain, they do not get beat down. That's what I like about them. Strong stems, big, big flowers. This is the real deal. If you want a lot of color with a little bit of effort, this is absolutely the way to go.
Well, I just decided to come down here eye level
May I
and take
join
a look.
you?
I insist. This is kind of amazing. Look, you would never look at what's going on here and think like, well, that looks about like $40 worth of flowers. It looks like you spent a fortune or had a master gardener come to your house. It's amazing, 2 of each color.
Yeah, it really
I'm
is.
loving 'em.
And I love this collection because it's a beautiful color balanced collection, and it's very happy looking. Lots and lots of color. If you've got a small patio garden, great in containers. I've got a little walled garden off my office. I plant these in the beds,
Oh, pretty.
and it completely fills them up, and I have nothing but color and no possibility of weeds.
Well, and everywhere, I don't know how much you can see it on your screen. I'll hold one up again to show you. Everywhere I look at this one. Every place I look, I see a lot more buds. Look at all of these buds that are going to be flowers. So what you see here on your screen, you're seeing a plant that hasn't even really fully flowered yet.
Right. It's trying not to shock you, but in the end, it can't help itself.
They're amazing, Philip. So you are getting 2 of each of your
Yep.
bright whites. You're getting your coronas.
Yep.
You're getting your magenta Merlot, or
Yep.
magenta Merlot Magic, and
Yes.
your rosy tickled pink. You're getting all of them.
You'll love them, and
Guess-
you'll come back for more.
Okay, they sold out last April, and now I need to tell you, over 3,000 have been ordered just in the last 15 minutes that Philip and I have been talking about them. So if you want them this year, be glad you turned on QVC now, and do not wait. because there are 1,000 people on the lines waiting to order.
Oh my gosh.
So that's your warning. You want them? Now's the time to order.
Well, blame me, because all my Facebook friends said, when are they coming on? And I warned them.
Nice.
I did.
Oh, the butterfly bush.
That's
we
me.
did this. Yeah, I know. We did this one last year. I love these colors.
And everybody wanted it again. And not that it didn't come back, they wanted more. A custom design, that's one of our dazzling designs.